youth unemployment in Chinese cities eased to 16.1% in November, down from 17.1% in October, marking a steady decline for 3 consecutive months since hitting a peak earlier this year. The figures released by the National Bureau of Statistics exclude students and reflect a shift in methodology since last year. The overall urban unemployment rate for November stood at 5%. Despite the improvement, the figures do not account for discouraged job seekers or rural unemployment, highlighting ongoing challenges in China's labor market. Japan's exports grew faster than expected in November, rising to a 3.8% year-on-year, supported by a weaker yen and a strong demand for chip-making equipment in China. However, export volumes dipped to 0.1%, indicating that the growth in value was primarily driven by currency effects. Imports fell at 3.8%, leading to a trade deficit of 117.6 billion yen, a figure smaller than market expectations. Japan surpassed its previous annual record for foreign visitor arrivals, reaching 33.4 million in 2024, driven by a weak yen and strong tourism demand. November saw a 3.19 million visitors, pushing the total past the pre-pandemic record of 31.9 million set in 2019. Although November's arrivals were slightly down from October's peak of 3.31 million, the surge in tourism highlights the country's recovery as a top global travel destination. And India's net direct tax collections surged over 16% year-on-year to 15.8 trillion rupees from April the 1st to December the 17th. Gross direct taxes, including corporate and personal taxes, increased by more than 20% to 19.2 trillion rupees. The government also issued tax refunds totaling to 3.4 trillion rupees during the period. Hong Kong's securities regulator has granted licenses to 4 cryptocurrency exchanges, bringing the total number of licensed platforms in the city to 7. This move is part of Hong Kong's strategy to strengthen its position as a global digital asset hub. The latest approvals follow the launch of Asia's first spot Bitcoin and Ether exchange traded funds earlier this year. And Indonesia's central bank has maintained its benchmark interest rate at 6% to support the rupiah, which hit a 4-month low earlier in the day. The decision aligns with the expectations of most analysts, though some had forecast a rate cut. Bank Indonesia aims to stabilize the rupiah amid global economic uncertainty, with concerns over the impact of the U.S. Federal Reserve's policies and Donald Trump's incoming administration. Inflation remains low at 1.55%, and economic growth slowed to 4.95% in the third quarter. Australia's government reduced its expected budget deficit for the 2024-25 fiscal year to 26.9 billion Australian dollars, $1.4 billion less than May's projected figures. However, bigger deficits are projected due to rising costs for the health, cost of living relief, and veterans' care. Economic growth is revised down to 1.75%, with wage growth expectations lowered to 3%. Treasurer Jim Chalmers hinted at further cost of living measures, and the government now forecasts a total deficit of 117 billion Australian dollars by 2027-28 and $23 billion higher than earlier estimates.